So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing well. We are back with preseason game number 2, and we are playing against Olympique Lyon. Olympique Lyon. So, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting. Do be sure, as you are joining the stream, to smash a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It keeps putting my stream into incredibly low screen resolution. Where I've got the tab for the scores, for whatever reason, it's doing a stupidness where it's got a little drop-down tab when you scale the window, which I don't know why it's doing that whatsoever. And why the hell is my nose looking that red? I've got really bad skin. I've got hella bad skin. But so yes, for those of you who are joining, we have the scores basically going up live there, and based off of how I'm going to be watching this game, probably going to be a similar story to last time, where it's going to be a much more prevalent delay on what I'm seeing compared to what this scoreboard is going to be showing. So that will probably tell us if a goal's been scored a long time before we actually see anything. But we've also got the starting 11 scrolling across the bottom there, as well as the subs bench. So that all the names that you want to know are down there. You'll probably notice with the starting 11 as well that each position or each sector of the team is separated by full colons. So if you want to distinguish between the defense, midfield, and attack, as you can see there, Kovar in goal. So we've got Fernandez, Martinez, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka as the back four. We've got Mainu, Mount, and Hannibal as the midfield three. Sancho, Anthony, and Ahmed up top. But this time around, where I think it was Forson, was starting last game on the left, and Sancho was the false 9 up top. Whereas this game, we've got Sancho on the left, Anthony joins it on the right, but Ahmed moves into the false 9 position. Subject to change, I'll tell you that. That's probably going to be subject to change. That you might even see the case where they'll rotate the front three a little bit, where Sancho drops into the middle, and Ahmad perhaps goes out to the left-hand side, even though it doesn't kind of work because Ahmad doesn't really play off the left-hand side. He's mainly sort of right wing based, a bit like Anthony really, because he's so one-footed. But you don't know. We do not know. We might see that. We might not see that. Depends on what happens. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But this is an interactive show. So anybody that does drop in, feel free to drop comments into the chat. People getting excited for Anthony Ball. Don't know what's going on there. Don't know what's going on there. What the fuck am I seeing? Sorry. When you scroll through your Twitter timeline, you'll get some very, very questionable posts appear, completely against your discretion as well. So pain as far as I'm concerned. I would like to just hit the reset button on my Twitter feed to stop me from seeing the absolute nonsense that is. But it's a sunny day in Edinburgh at Murrayfield. It's a sunny day. Should be an entertaining watch. I'm hoping it's an entertaining watch. It's going to be a much tougher test, I would say. Much, much tougher test compared to Leeds. Speaking of which, that's something I ain't done yet. I haven't even looked at what the Olympique Lyon team is looking like. I haven't even had a look at that yet. So let's do so. Let's have a quick gander. The French counterparts Lille won their pre-season game earlier today. 3-1 against Dunkirk. So let's go through the little bit of a stronger team from Lyon. So got number 1 in goal, Lopez. Got Diomande at left back, Clinton Mata and Sarr as centre backs. Got Laziri at right back. Got Sarr at left wing, Lepenant and Tolisso as your centre mids, and Arauch in the right wing position. And your front two, they're playing a 4-4-2 flat midfield with Jeffinho and Lacazette up top. So I would be expecting potentially some goals from the Lyon side as well. Yes, that's what we should be expecting. You never know. You never know. It might keep another clean sheet. That's a strange one. According to Flash Score, apparently Mount's actually playing up top, according to this, and Diallo's at number 10. Make of that what you will. Not too sure why. It assumes that that's what's going on. Bit of a weird one. Bit of a strange one. Also got a poll going on where you can place your result predictions. Whether you think it'll be a United win, whether you think Lyon will win, or whether you think it's going to be a draw. Fingers crossed if it's a draw. It's not a ball draw of any sort. We'd still want entertainment in these pre-season games. We still want some fun. Want some fun games to watch. But I'm looking forward to some Mainu ball. Kobe Mainu in midfield. It's going to be an interesting game. Kovar is the goalkeeper. No sign of Heaton anywhere. And the backup goalkeepers are Harrison and Bishop on the bench. Got Hugill as essentially the only striker. And that's depressing. We've got Van der Beek and Fred on the bench. I'm actually interested to see if Van der Beek plays. How it is that he is going to play, because I would imagine similar concept to last game. We'll swap the whole team over at 45 minutes at the half-time break, and we'll bring it rather than just a full under-21s team. That will have some senior presence in the team. So hopefully that's Van der Beek, Fred, and I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Johnny Evans. Maybe we'll get some of that presence in the team as well. But we'll have to see. 10 minutes until kickoff. 10 minutes left. So But yes, I'm looking forward to this game. The fuck has actually happened to TikTok, by the way? What has happened to TikTok? It's these literally this. Jesus Christ! What are people saying? No, everyone's posting the same thing. Please, can we fast track an asteroid that ends humanity just to crash into this planet and just stop the TikTok trends going? Is that too much to ask? So the only vote thus far is favouring Lyon. Must not have been a United fan. Must not have been a United fan. Or maybe it was. Maybe it was a United fan that's not feeling quite so confident. But then again, I suppose there's probably a lot more. I think a lot more people will be happier to vote against or bet against United, considering it's a pre-season friendly. No one really cares too much about the results side of things. So yes, got a Coke for first half. Then we get to second half. Go with a little bit of a Heineken. I've got two drinks, one for each half. Also going to have to take my dogs out when we get to half time. So if I do disappear and you tune in, just know where I've gone. Just know where I've gone. Also, Kai Havertz in his challenges on the preseason tour, like my God, he was awful. And I'm seeing some people who aren't even Arsenal fans trying to make excuses for Havertz by saying, "Oh well, he's not kicked a competitive ball yet." The guy is being purchased for £65 million. He can't control a ball, and this is the thing: in a competitive scenario, right? You would say, "Well, he hasn't kicked a ball competitively yet." But the thing that irks me with people who say that he hasn't kicked a competitive ball, but it's like he's not under pressure. He's doing a challenge thing, right? It's supposed to be fun. It's literally just fun. It's just a fun thing to do, right? And this guy can't even control a ball to save his life. Can't get any balls into any of the score like rings that were on this little board thing, right? There's like four different holes that you can get the ball into and try and score maximum score as possible. Didn't even get one ball into any of those holes. Then he has a volleys challenge. The guy can barely control the ball there, and then he's skying every single shot. Man, it's not looking good out here. MUTV has now come out to say, well, the front three is going to line up with Ahmad on the left, Anthony on the right, and Sancho in the striker position. So there's a lot of people with different perceptions on this team. It would seem Mainu as well is supposedly playing further forward in midfield with Hannibal, and it's Mason Mount that sits as the deeper role. Yikes! Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Banana on his way. I've just seen someone live score posted. Kai Havertz becomes the first player in history not to score a single goal in the MLS All-Star Cross and Volley Challenge. Ah, ah, ah. Oh no. Oh no. Dry Havertz. Dry Havertz, I hear you say. Dry Havertz. Chelsea got £65 million for man to already be breaking records. And what's crazy is one, they did it in their god awful away kit that literally looks like a caterpillar, right? But I'm literally reading through the comments here, and there's people legitimately trying to make excuses for it. There's some guy here saying Havertz is not a striker. Wow. Watch how Arteta will transform him into Erdegaard 2.0. I mean, Jesus Christ, you can't even spell Erdegaard. He will surprise everyone next season. I feel it. I feel it too. He'll surprise everyone by how crap he is. In history, this meaningless kickabout has only been going for 5 years. 5 years with tens of players, LMAO. Yeah, but think about who has probably been doing those challenges. People who can't lace Havertz's boots or something. Maybe that's the sort of identity of players that have been doing this MLS challenges before. And then Kai Havertz, the new fresh superstar, the newest kid on the block in the Arsenal shirt, goes and creates history by scoring absolutely no goals. Got 2 votes on the poll. Lovely stuff. Someone's voted United. Good stuff. Good stuff. That man has started setting his own records even before the start of the season. What a player. Too true. Too true. So kickoff is 2 minutes away. It's time to descend on finding the stream. See if we can find. So the players are out on the pitch. At sunny Murrayfield. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. So, yeah, MUTV are saying that Sancho is playing as false 9 with Ahmad on the left and Anthony on the right. Interesting to see how that complex works. Olympique Lyon, they're saying it's a 4-3-3 as well. Salah, Jeffinho, and Lacazette up top with Aruch, Tolisso, and Lepena in midfield. Diomande apparently playing at left, right centre back. Naziri on the left and Mata on the right. Will we see patterns? Will we see shapes? Will we see triangles, squares, circles, woks? Will we see it all? Might have to do some stream hopping if they slap. If they absolutely slap these streams in the face every single 5 minutes or so. Fingers crossed they don't, but that's the nature of the beast. When we get to actual, like, the season beginning and all of that, I'll want to find somewhere where it's not like streams or anything like that. I wonder if the Zone works an app on PC, on desktop. Would be good. You get a desktop app going, and we can use that. Something I know it's probably going to be quite expensive to do it, but we have kickoff, and it's with Olympique Lyon to start things off. Oh, Kovar. Nearly passed it straight to feet of Lacazette there. We'll see a throw in. Do be sure to cast your votes in the poll. We'll see how many votes we can get. I'll probably end the poll at half time, just so that we're not cheating the system, placing a vote on who's going to win with like 5 minutes left, and if the score's like 2-0 or 3-0 to a team. Can't be dealing with that. I'll tell you what, I'm kind of pumped to see if Van der Beek comes on. Throw-in is headed straight out. They've won the ball. Fernandes pressured. So, I mean, straight away, Olympique Lyon look much more competent on the ball. Way more competent on the ball. Goes out for a throw-in. What's Hannibal trying to run on the outside of his man? Yes. And I try and move one of my StreamYard things over here. I'll do that there. I'll do that there. Yes. A massive amount of space behind the goal there. Goal kick from Olympique Lyon, causing problems. Oh, that should have been 1-0 right there. That should have been 1-0. Won the ball high up the pitch from goal clearance there. Hannibal gets the ball back, lays it forward to Sancho, sends one. Anthony, who's on the left, who's coming across, places the shot on his right foot to go across goal, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. Could have gone with a chip shot there, because that's his stronger foot as well. Could have gone with a chip shot. The goalkeeper went low quite early. Should have been 1-0. Oof. Running into a bit of trouble there. Oh, Sam Addy's through. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, he was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper and he put it wide. Oh, he snapped at the shot. Tried to take the opportunity. Too soon. Too soon. But again, it's pressing to a man. Every option that Olympique Lyon players pass to, there's always a player there already making the challenge before they've even received the ball. Like, it's just, if it's pressing to a man, that's the way to do it. We've won the ball high up the pitch again. Lovely touch from Ahmad. There's Mount out wide here. Goes for the ball across the face of goal, but that's massively overhit. Anthony's kept it in. Plays it in. Oh, he left it. Oh, good save. Oh, Hannibal left the ball. He dummied it, and it sent it straight into Ahmad's pass, and it was on his left foot as well. Forced a good save from the goalkeeper from Lopez. It was a high shot. It might have gone off the bar, actually. Yeah, it might have gone off the bar. But a really good save. Stopped it right in its tracks. Anthony's playing on the left-hand side there. Draws the foul. Good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, Sancho is playing on the in the centre. Ahmad's off the right. So even MUTV got that wrong. According to Flash Score, it's Mason Mount that was starting up top. There is a chance. Hannibal crossed to the face of goal, but it's a defender that clears it just before the goalkeeper collected it as well. So forced a corner. Goalkeeper should have screamed for that. Probably would have caught that, but not to be. It's a corner for us. Hannibal Mabry is doing a lot of work off the ball to get into dangerous areas. He's being a relentless machine up top. Same thing as what he was doing against Leeds. Mason Mount going short. The layoff back to Mount. Straight into the feet of the defender, and they'll come away with the ball, of course. Don't know what on earth was that ball from the Lyon player. They don't have names on the back, so is that Laurent Blanc as well? Is that Laurent Blanc? Who's their manager? Interesting. But yeah, literally. Decided to play an aerial ball that went straight out for a throw-in. Oh, cheeky Ahmad. That was cheeky. Doesn't come off for him, though. A little bit of a breakaway. Wan-Bissaka. Martinez all strong with the challenge. But it's lost momentum. Long ball into the box and no one there to challenge for it. So it'll be a goal kick. Just going to have a look at who the manager is for Lyon. Yes, it is Laurent Blanc, former United player as well. Kovar under pressure, playing the ball right into a web of Lyon players, but we still managed to come away with it. Here's Anthony out on the right-hand side now. Running infield, Fernandez. Oh, a little too much on that ball. Mount had a channel of space to run into, but he fizzed too much power on the ball. So it's with their goalkeeper now. Approaching first 10 minutes, and we've had a couple good chances. couple of good chances. Fernandez coming from a long distance away there. Sancho's opting for a shot. Should have laid that through to Antony. What he's done there. United has taken the lead on the poll votes as to who's going to be taking the dub today. Got one mic on the stream. There's only one person watching, which is actually me. Yeah, that's there's plenty more better options there for Sancho. He's opted to smash that. Oh, hello. He's managed to make it in behind here, Sancho, and no one's gone with the runners. The ball straight through the middle, deflecting off all sorts of defenders, eventually gets cleared. And they're going to draw a foul. But that was actually some interesting control there from Sancho, because literally there's only one defender to go with 3 United runners. So they tried to pull an offside trap. One player screws the whole defence. Sancho, right, the ball's coming behind Sancho. He actually controls it off the back of his head and brings it to his front. A golden opportunity to square it, to essentially tap it in, but not to be. I'm hoping this isn't a sign of things to come in the season, where we create a lot of like proper opportunities where you're one pass away from an easy goal, but you opt to not take the pass, or you make it very complicated and difficult. Fingers crossed it doesn't come to that. Mount coming deeper. Receive the ball. It's Ahmad. I think it's just trying to be patient with the ball at our feet. Playing with controlled possession. Kovar made that more difficult for Martinez than he should have done. Antony, that was physical. The cross goes straight into the middle for Kovar to collect, though. Just slowing things down a little bit. Just a wee little bit. Kovar's taking his time. That's a low ball. Straight to Ahmad. Some give and goes here. Nice stuff, nice stuff. Sancho through the middle. Goalkeeper comes to collect. Just beat him. Oh, I tell you what, if that is Rashford, that's more pace there, and he gets that ball. He will get that ball if that was Rashford. But Sancho's not as quick. So goalkeeper just beat him. But some good give and goes there, actually. Good link up. It was Ahmad and Sancho. Mount, lovely ball. Too physical on the challenge on Hannibal, so we'll win a free kick. Taking it quickly. Just resorting to inviting a bit more pressure to open the spaces in behind. It almost feels like it's the counter-attack style of football, but the opposition don't have the ball. It's like you're sitting at the back and then you go forward with it when the spaces open up. Hannibal done well to lay off to Martinez there, who's driving up the pitch. He's got Antony as an option out left. Eventually finds him. Back to Martinez, who's in the box, by the way. Still running forwards. Sancho trying to do some trickery. There's Antony as well. Back to Varane. Wan-Bissaka. Here's Mount with a bit of space to operate. Sancho's come now wide onto the left. Antony's in the middle. He's got the overlap for Fernandez. It's not gone very wide. Doesn't materialise. A bad ball. But then again, they've lost the ball as well. Back into danger areas for Lyon. They're back in the trenches, people. They're back in the trenches. Kobe Mainu spots Mount, looking to switch the play a bit here. Ahmad has got some space out wide. Wan-Bissaka is ahead of him, but more centrally. Some give and goes there. Gone the wrong side of Ahmad. Oh, just gone the wrong side. So we're probing at the moment. We're probing. We're not taking chance after chance after chance, but we're keeping the ball closer to the danger areas. Slowing things right down. Oh, that's unfortunate. Fernandez was very high up in the middle there. Riding challenges. You're going to get the shot away. No, eventually does, but it's essentially turned into a bit of a cross because the shot's gone so wide from Lacazette. But whoever that was rode about 2-3 challenges. Oh dear. Oh dear. Don't want to play the ball there. Bit of ping pong ball going on in the box at the moment. Oh, what's going on? Varane. And the shot goes on the outside of the goal. Don't know what on earth was happening there. Every time we got the ball and tried to clear it, it was hitting one of our players or was just cleared in the most atrocious way. So Mainu deflects the shot, goes to Varane. Varane headers it back into Mainu's leg, who deflects it back into a Lyon player. It's a corner from Lyon. Mount with the header. Now we can come away with it. Sancho's just left a player in the dust. Going out wide to Anthony. That's a very long ball back. So the ball was left unattended like luggage on a station platform. Thankfully, it didn't get swatted up by Lyon and destroyed. But back to probing again in the Lyon half. But yeah, as what I was assuming is what this front three is doing is just interchanging a lot. Ahmad sometimes appearing in the middle, Sancho sometimes in the middle, Anthony sometimes in the middle. I mean, Anthony's appearing on the left-hand side here as well. Not a chance there, too much on that ball from Anthony. Hannibal was making the run. A little bit too much. Fernandez has not won that challenge there. Physical from Mount. Doesn't let the player get away from him. I think positionally from Mount, where he's playing, he's getting defensively into the right positions, which is a good sign. If he's got the right sort of know-how, he's got the right sort of brain to be defensively switched on to get into the right positions. I think that was one of the doubts that I've had with Mason Mount, because usually you see him being more involved further up the pitch on an offensive scenario. But his defensive side of his game, I was questioning. You know, there's some parts to inquire about. But by the looks of it, he is playing a slightly deeper role for United than he's done at Chelsea. But then again, I say he's playing deeper. He's also going up top as well. So I think he's doing quite literally an engine player's work. So yeah, it's dropping to a very similar level here to Kobe Minu. And then in offensive situations, he's one of the front pressers. Lyon's just playing it around the back a bit. Oh, bad touch from the Lyon player. We'll get that back. I think from what we're seeing, energy-wise, by how the players are playing, it looks like both of these teams aren't really too worried about, needing to go forwards and try and create chances or score goals as such. It looks a lot more like these both teams here are just playing for the sake of playing minutes. Oh dear, Moran got caught out. Moran got caught out big time there. A little bit sloppy on the ball. They're calling for a handball on Wan-Bissaka, but there's no VAR here, so oh dear. Ahmad got sent there. You might see it on the replay. What happened there? Oh, getting a bit sloppy at the back. Lyon here, a little bit sloppy. Sloppy jalopy. A bit too physical there. They'll call for a free kick. Let's have a look here. So Lacazette tries to run the dummy. So it's actually Kobe Minu who slipped down to the ground. So yeah, he's nah. That's absolutely fine. He's brought it. He's stopped it with his hip when he's gone to ground. Stopped the shot with his hip, and essentially he's gone slightly under his body, but because the ball's gone quite close to his arm, because his arm's holding him up there, so he can recover his balance again. But it doesn't actually touch his arm. Just goes straight. It basically stops on his hip. But there was a shot that from Olympique Lyon. Which, I reckoned that Lyon would get a goal or two today, just because it was one of those games. You would assume that they've got some players playing that will, when they get the chances, they'll be clinical. But at the same time, United finding a couple of goals of their own. I wouldn't say that this has been cagey as such. I think it's literally just a case of getting the blood pumping, getting up to speed, like a test drive. Essentially just doing a test drive at the moment. It's Kobe Minu. Kovar, who's I don't think really been tested as such yet. I think he's been really tested. Lacazette's got impatient there. He's gone for the ball. The clearance out to Ahmad comes off the Lyon player for a throw-in. Had about 23 minutes on the clock now. Surprised the stream's not been taken down yet. Now I say that, I'm going to touch wood that the stream stays up until at least half time. Fingers crossed. Oh my God, is that Johnny Evans sat next to all the coaching staff? I'll tell you what, it looks like the way Johnny Evans, if that was Johnny Evans, it looks like he's just dressed to be another coach. like a Tom Huddleston. He's going to be the player coach. The player coach for United. I wonder what's going to happen if Johnny Evans has an absolute calamity at the back. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Johnny Evans get caught out once or twice on the ball in the second half. If he does come on, that is, I would not be surprised. Anthony wins a free kick. It's just holding on, just wrestling him. Can't get away when you're being wrestled like that. Martinez. Kobe Minu. Touch from Sancho, takes it a lot deeper than he was hoping for. And he's come so deep, he's practically playing at centre-back position. And he's not rushing back up there. He's taking his time. We're doing okay to win the second balls here as well. Fernandez trying to run him behind there. Or is that touch screwed him? Not quite. And that's going to count for a throw and goal kick there. Assume goal kick, perhaps. Smashed it off of him. That's Fernandez trying to run on the outside there. The touch almost screws him over. Yeah, I think that's a throw-in. Yeah. Long ball. That's Lyon throwing. No, we've got the ball. Okay. Interesting. Martinez going for one of those signature balls. Wan-Bissaka, it's too much on it. Wan-Bissaka was chasing that down. Bit too much on the ball. Couple of these final balls being overhit. Just try and control how much pace we're putting on some of these final balls, just to add a little bit of composure, I think. Try and find a bit of composure and we'll be feasting. We'll be happy days. Oh, Anthony. Got the nutmeg, but took a deflection on the way through, so it led straight to the other player that was coming in to assist him. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, he closes his legs late, but the ball's already gone through, but there's another player. He's got a teammate there, so is able to somewhat spare his blushes. Whoa. A ditching tackle there. It's ended up sending the ball back to Kovar, but we'll take the ball back. Minu. Good ball there. It's out wide to Anthony. He's got a little bit of space to operate in here. Searching for the ball there. Mount and Hannibal let it run. Wan-Bissaka going for an inverted underlap. Oh dear. Ball to Martinez. It's going to be a United throw-in after Lacazette got a toe on that. But Lacazette is looking a little bit lively. Looking a little bit lively from Lacazette, the danger man, who's done pretty well in France since he's gone back to after leaving Arsenal. Thought him and Aubameyang were what a striker pairing that was. You don't really see that so much anymore. It's not around that many with that many teams anymore. With the striker partnerships, I think Aubameyang and I think Aubameyang and Lacazette was probably the last striker pairing in the league towards the top end of the table. Oh, Ahmad nearly won the ball there. A very dangerous area. Neat little passage of play. Oh, Varane with these headers, man. These are headers that are putting his teammates in a bit of danger and a spot of bother. He actually headers it straight across the front of Lacazette. Yeah, so far so good. I think Mount this game has actually been better. I think he has been better. He's not had as many dead ball set pieces. That was a bit worrisome there. Looked like we lost the ball. Might we have lost the ball? Still could lose the ball. Bissaka's got it there. Beats one. Ends up fouling the player. Lyon free kick, but that's come from Kovar's pass to Varane, who was tightly marked. So ended up getting a bit of a panicky passage of play, which we end up losing control of the ball. But yeah, Mason Mount's not really had as many set pieces today, but I think as far as his transition and getting around the pitch, he's proven to do a fair bit better than what he was doing in the Leeds game. It's been a better game thus far, better half. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. The ball sort of comes out wide there. Is it going to be a corner? Have they given that as a corner? I think they might have done. No. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a corner. Corner ball from Lyon. That's gone over absolutely everyone. That's going to be a goal kick. Yeah. Not the best delivery. I suppose the question is, am I happy with what I've seen thus far? I think in various instances, yes, but others, no. I think certain aspects that I've not really liked thus far, I'd say is once or twice here dealing with the dangerous situations. I mean, Martinez there is pressed. He is literally just a goalkeeper to play to, pressed by two. Rather than passing it, he's just dummied or body fainted to run it out of danger. So that gives me a bit of confidence that we got that composure at the back. But it's Varane, I think, is a bit of a suspect. Bit of a suspect at the back. I think Fernandes has been a little bit worse for wear today with the ball at his feet. I think Wan-Bissaka's improved. I think Mainu's pretty much the same, although probably slightly quieter. not really had the same sort of pressure in key moments, but his passing's been pretty solid. So 1 or 2 balls forward as well, that have been good. Mason Mount, obviously, I've said has been better. Hannibal started the game very, very lively, but he's sort of disappeared. He's let that run there, Anthony. So Lyon will come with the ball. I think Ahmad has been all right. He's linked up quite well. He's showing some good chemistry with the United teammates. Sancho, with linking up the ball, has done well. I think Anthony's probably could have been better today, but this is his first game back from his holidays, so I can't really judge him too harshly. But there we go. It's a free kick right on the edge of the box there. That's on Mason Mount after we came away with the ball. So we've got just straight through the back of him. Mason Mount straight through the back of him. Now here comes a question. Is it Mount that's going to take this free kick, or is there someone else who might be fancying this set piece? Eric is shaking his head. I think he's the utmost happiest. Everyone from the subs bench for United are starting to get the warm-ups on. Johnny Evans included. No sign of Donny van der Beek, though. No sign of Donny van der Beek. Oh, I'm hoping we see Fred and van der Beek both playing in the second half. I do want to see them playing. I mean, use this pre-season to get Donny as fit as possible if we're not... Oh, Jesus. What was that? So it's a crap free kick from Mason Mount because he tries to go low. So yeah, goes low, deflects off the wall, deflects off of the other Lyon defender and rolls into the goalkeeper's path. I think Martinez was chasing any loose ball. Could have gotten lucky with the loose ball there, but not to be. Sancho's being pressed to a man, ran with the ball. It's Kobe Mainu. Wan-Bissaka just about gets it to him. Ball into the middle. Sancho still got it, but the referee spotted a foul and he's going to give a free kick to United. There's Johnny Evans warming up. God, I still can't get my head around it, you know. It's one of those unsolved mysteries. It's one of those unsolved mysteries. I'll never get to the bottom of it. But as far as United as a collective have played today, I think defensively, when the play has been in the opposing team's possession, the shape has looked relatively solid. But I think dealing with the ball's been a bit shaky when we get the ball back deep. Most of the composure defensively has come from essentially winning the ball higher up the pitch. And then in possession, where we've not really seen a huge amount of consistent pressure, but when the pressing has come, 1 or 2 shaky moments. So yeah. Not too bad though. But in the last 10 minutes of the half, Bananas with a throw-in. Jadon Sancho's getting crowded by several players. Anthony's trying to dribble through the whole team, forcing the goalkeeper clearance there. Saka's won the ball high up the pitch here. It's Kobe Mino, also high. Kobe Mino was pressed into troubles there. There's Lacazette on the ball now. Choosing the number 7, can't sort out his feet. Fernandez has got tangled up with the legs of the number 7. They're looking for a penalty again. And instead, we play out from the back and we get a free kick. And the referee's allowed for this ball to carry on. He's allowed play to continue. Mason Mount, not going to happen. So it's Martinez who essentially forces him into Fernandez's path, who I don't think actually cleanly gets the ball here. He challenges for the ball, but he gets the legs tangled. So if he's given a penalty, I think it would have been harsh. 100% would have been a harsh penalty. But, you know, there's a logical aspect to the referee seeing it as a pen. I'll tell you what, the fact the referee's got Specsavers advertisement on his sleeve, if anybody's up in arms about any decisions, they'll probably clip that up. They'll clip it up and they'll say, look, this referee should have gone to Specsavers because he didn't get this decision right. Wan-Bissaka, I don't know what Wan-Bissaka's doing there. We've somehow come away with the ball there. Early ball in. Mount there, give and goes. Shot from range, not going to go anywhere. There are some neat link-ups, but these link-ups are coming much deeper in the pitch rather than in the danger areas or in and around the boxes, right? If we've done some give and goes, it's either been the last pass has been overhit or it's not really getting past the defender, essentially. They are essentially staying on top of us at the back. So Lyon goal kick. Win the ball there. Second and third balls. Fernandez's touch gives it away. That's a searching ball. That's not going to be won by anybody. That's a Man United goal kick. We'll take that. Another 2 minutes now until we are in stoppage time. I wonder if we're going to have any added time. We might do with the amount of free kick stoppages. We might get some additional stoppage time. Do you know what I reckon? I reckon the managers will want there to be some stoppage time, just for that little extra bit, just a couple of extra minutes of, conditioning, shall we say, before they do the half swap. So it's sort of adding the sort of cap time by a couple of minutes or so. Will only benefit the players a bit. Staying on the player, Kobe Mino, but he's given a foul for that. Fernandez has lost the ball again there. He's looked a little bit suspect, I'm not going to lie. That's Hannibal's. give away the free kick there in a danger area. No yellow cards. No yellow cards yet. Hannibal, I mean, yeah, misses the ball completely. Takes the man out. That could have been given as a yellow card, to be fair. Not sure why it wasn't. Ball across the front. Varane deals with it. The overhead kick, spectacular. Has not done anything. Not gone anywhere. Number 7, trying for the cameras a little bit. Not successful in his endeavours, though. Yeah, he's just completely mishit the ball. But he's tried it on. He's tried it on. And that is half time. So, first 45, not terrible, but there's plenty of room for improvement. But, first half, a few chances where I think we should have really been a bit more clinical, a bit more sensible with our decision making, and add a little bit of composure in front of goal, just to simply put the ball in the back of the net. But maybe that's just because of a lack of sharpness, perhaps, that we are not getting those last minute link ups in the final third. But that concludes the first half. I'm going to hop off for a little bit. So bear with me. I've got to take a little toilet break, but also give my dogs some toilet break as well. And I'll be back as soon as I can. the stream is still going. I've not lost it. That's incredible stuff. The stream is still going. So second half will be kicking off very soon. A couple of penalty shouts this half, or in the first half from Lyon, and a couple of should have been goals for Manchester United. I think it's safe to say that I would much rather have had United's half than Lyon's half. Oh, lovely. We've actually got some stats as well. They've provided me with some stats. So, based off of the first half, the stats are reportedly as follows: 62% possession for United, 38 to Lyon. 7 goal attempts with 2 on target, with Lyon only with 4 goal attempts and none on target. We've had 7 free kicks to their 5. 2 corner kicks apiece. Their goalkeepers obviously made 2 saves. They've made 7 fouls to our 5. We've had a total of 62 attacks, and 29 of them have made it into the final third. And Lyon have had 29 attacks in total, with 8 of them being dangerous, and making it to the final third. Got another vote there. We're up to 75% United. I'm going to literally end the poll just now, so you voted just in time. Because otherwise people will be voting with like 10 minutes to spare with a more guaranteed result. So another second half piece of magic perhaps from the young guns. Let's have it. Let's see it. But we should be moments away. Hey, Leo. Long-haired Yeti, how are we doing? How are we playing? We're playing okay. It's a similar story, like similar first half to Leeds, I'd say, on our side of things. Obviously, Lyon being a more competent team than Leeds. We've had the better of the possession, better of chances. Lyon have had a couple penalty shouts, but aside from that, they've again not really done an awful lot. It's just more sort of like you let us have some of the ball, we'll let you have some of the ball kind of situation. No one's really trying to go cutthroat with it. Whether that's the intent or whether that's just what they're opting to do, or whether it's actually not what they're trying to do, like they're trying to score goals and win. That's like the priority, which I suppose, objectively thinking about it, you'd be concerned if they weren't trying to score goals. So I think it's anyone's priority to be score goals first and worry about all your other things later. But I didn't check up on the score as well. Did the Nottingham Forest game finish 0-0, or did somebody win? So I came back from dinner. Literally, that was it. I was doing a stream. I think it was quite a late stream that I did. Late last night. Like 9:30 stream. It was meant to be a short, like 20 to 30 minute stream, but it ended up going on for an hour somehow. Yeah, it's basically just a friendly. And at the moment, fitness and that. Yeah, just minutes in the legs. You know, the catchphrase term. minutes in the legs for the boys. And I like seeing what kind of link-ups we're having. And it's been an interesting concept that I've seen. Valencia won 1-0. That's probably. I'll tell you what though. That's probably their annual win or something. So they'll end up losing every game from now on. It's probably about time that Valencia got relegated from the Liga, because those guys are just hanging on to that sort of that clutching at straws, because they're just forever sinking. Poor Valencia fans, but then again, not really poor Valencia fans. There's some disgusting racists in that fan base, but yes, yet still, their club's going down the drain. My club's kind of going down the drain with this ownership situation. Fingers crossed that Bloomberg's reports about a decision being imminent is true, and that it favours that Qatar take the club. Fingers crossed that is the case, and that it happens soon. Because if it happens soon, that means I'll get to look forward to a very, very exciting, prosperous January transfer window. So, fingers crossed, that's the fate that we get. But don't know if that was Nottingham Forest's first pre-season game, because if it was, then it's probably the most insignificant 1-0 loss ever, because literally nothing matters about the first pre-season game. It's like Cups, mate. Fans want to win it, but when they don't, they say it doesn't matter anyway. Got a bigger fish to fry. Yeah, literally. Well, I think pre-season is where the only place where you can actually make that sort of an excuse. Unless you're Tottenham, then you kind of need to win anything anyway. Because I mean, if they win whatever tournament or trophy that it is, their pre-season trophy, right? That's going on their major honour lists. But if it's a club like United and Arsenal, a pre-season trophy doesn't make it to your Hall of Fame. It doesn't make it to your Hall of Fame. So you don't care about it, right? Whereas a cup like a Carabao Cup or the FA Cup or Champions League, Premier League, Europa League, Conference League, all of those would go into your trophy halls. But anything else, like your pre-season cups, I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like the Audi Cup. I swear some Tottenham fans are probably still excited that they won the Audi Cup several years ago. Second friendly, won the first. Okay. Well, not too bad. I'd say the time to be concerned is if your last pre-season game. That's the one I think people want to watch out for. Is the very last pre-season game before you start playing competitively. If you don't win but play well, it's sort of like, okay, fingers crossed that we're in the mindset to, win the first game. But if it's like you lose the game but you don't play well, then it's like, oh dear, dearie me. Second half has just kicked off, and as expected, full 11's been changed. I hope, fingers crossed, that they actually show me the graphics. We've won the ball early. It's Hugo breaking away with it. Gonna take the foul there, but Donny van der Beek and Fred are on the pitch. Donny, the first game of football that this guy has played for a long, long time. Is Johnny Evans on the pitch? I think he is, yeah. We've got John Boy on the pitch. Question is if Lyon have made a lot of subs. That is the question. I play Football Manager and friendlies. I look for how we play and who wants to make me choose them. I suppose that's part and parcel of that sort of a game where it's more sort of data sheets, a data sheets type of game. Nothing like what FIFA is. Which I like the concept of Football Manager more, but I don't have the patience to play Football Manager because it's like everything's got to be micro detail. So here we go, the second half. So yeah, Gore, Fred, Van der Beek in midfield, Forson, Hugo, Hansen up top. But yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, Fish and Evans, Williams at left back, and can't remember who it was that was playing at right back. And knowing Flash Score, they're probably not going to announce what the subs are for the longest time. Throwing high up the pitch. So yeah, Football Manager. I don't really have the time or patience really to play Football Manager. It's kind of like FIFA career modes. When I start a FIFA career mode, it's almost like I'll play the first season and I'm like, oh, it's time for me to start a new career mode because I'm just bored of this season already. I'm bored of this career mode, so I want to just start. I want to just start afresh. FIFA brings out Mr. Hyde. Oh, here we go. Van der Beek trying some trickery. Man literally did some Ronaldo chop. Did Ronaldo chop going into the box. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a bit of fun watching Van der Beek play. Hansen. Aaron, I know. That was Brandon Williams. But interestingly, no. Lacazette is still on the pitch. So, no, Lyon haven't changed. They haven't changed. I think they're trying to get more fitness in. There we go. Down the left-hand side, Brandon Williams. Play through the middle. Oh, some deflections there from Fred's shots. Eventually get it cleared. FIFA is such a frustrating game because it's like I'd love the career modes to have so much options to edit. Or Fred. Not quite. I'd love FIFA career mode to just have way more editorial abilities to it, but it's so simplistic. Like the developers for FIFA career mode care so little about the career mode and all about the ultimate team, like the online aspect. Oh, Van der Beek, Jesus Christ, on the fly. What a volley that was. The ball comes out wide, plays the sort of lofted pass that just skims at a mild altitude, and Van der Beek is just whack straight in. Jesus, let's have a look at this again. So Gerardo there. So Dan Gore plays the ball and straight on the volley, sweet as you like from Van der Beek. Oh, he is back, baby. Van der Beek. What a hit that is. Like you said, your final friendly, you expect to see something. Yeah, the final friendly is basically it's like the blueprint, the blueprint plans for what to expect, how to predict. It's your guidance for how to predict your first game. But so the last preseason game will matter, whereas your first one not so much. I heard we're interested in Van der Beek. Possibly. I mean, there's quite a few clubs that are interested in Van der Beek. I've not seen any sort of solid links to any clubs yet, like where conversations begin. Or like clubs actually come to sit down to the table. I think at the moment it's just a lot of clubs are plotting whether they want to go for that Van der Beek or not. So you hear a lot of, this club's interested, that club's interested. It's just clubs drawing up their shortlists, and when they draw up a shortlist and the name goes out, then it becomes a big transfer story. But so far so good. It's second half FC, as it would seem. Van der Beek is playing very high up the pitch. But I'm hoping that Van der Beek has just a genuinely good half of football, because I think the guy's got some serious talent. It's like I see a lot of people who say with Donny Van der Beek that that we should sell him because he's not that good. But that's not the case. That's not been the case at all. I can't believe how many people have sat there and said, oh yeah, no, Van der Beek's crap. Why? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did not get Van der Beek, who was a Champions League semi-finalist at that point. They signed Van der Beek, right? Ole benches him because it's not his signing, right? So we don't get to see what Van der Beek is capable of. So he's rooted to the bench for the best part of 2.5 to 3 seasons. Oh, there's a chance here. Oh, he's flat the shot. That should have been 2-0 from Gerardo. But yeah, it's literally, he's had no managerial backing for about 2.5 to 3 seasons. The second that Ten Hag comes in, he sort of slowly beds him in. He starts to get a run of games. The second he starts to get a run of games, gets completely destroyed in a tackle, then gets injured for the rest of the season. So then the guy's out injured for the whole season. And it's like, well, how can you sit there on that basis, right? Never really had a chance, in my opinion. Exactly. So for anyone who says, "Oh, Van der Beek should be sold because he's not good enough," how would you know? The guy's barely played. And like, I'm pretty sure he's players like Fred have played more minutes last season than Van der Beek has had at Manchester United. Full stop. Like, but apparently Fred perhaps warrants staying a lot more because of quality wise than someone like Van der Beek, according to some of the fan base. It doesn't make any sense. I'd say that Van der Beek, with rotten luck, I'd imagine his brain his mindset is based somewhere else. So I would say, look, he probably would like a change of scenery. So that's why we should consider selling him. I'd play him instead of Bruno. I mean, Van der Beek has played under Ten Hag in a more advanced position, so you could say that he is supposedly meant to be played in that more advanced position. So I'd reckon if Mason Mount plays deeper, if Mason Mount is going to be this sort of engine in midfield who's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and Van der Beek is playing in the Bruno role, who will take up the spaces in the middle, then I can see that. I can back that. Because I'll tell you what, if it's to be considered a tool for people who say, well, you know, who is, as it stands, who is Bruno Fernandes's backup? Who is the backup player to Bruno Fernandes? Adam Taylor, big ups to you, man. Good to see you. Van der Beek strikes me as a player that may link up well with Mount. Yeah, there's prosperity to what kind of a role that Van der Beek could play in this team. It's just whether we, as a collective, back the idea that Van der Beek stays. I mean, what if Van der Beek has a ridiculously blinder of a pre-season? What if he goes on the US tour, plays most minutes, and looks really good? Do we still sell him? Maybe not. Maybe not. If he has a blinder of a pre-season and links up well and looks good in the system, then maybe you sit there and say, well, let's chance it. Because, I mean, of course, for me, I'd want to see us sell players like Scott McTominay and Fred and sign Amrabat, someone who plays and rotates with Mason Mount. Plus, you've got Eriksen, who can also play, and you could maybe relegate Eriksen to being third choice in that department. Not a big Bruno fan, to be honest. Goes missing when needed. Bad kind of Mardy. Yeah, I mean, in big games, I think Bruno Fernandes, tries a little bit too hard. Like, he's a bit desperate. So he's what people might call the Hollywood pass, like way too many times, when there's just composure and simplicity can sometimes be the difference maker in a key moment in the game, in a passage of play. Just simplify the game and do what you do best, rather than trying Hollywood passes and, trying to clip it for the cameras and whatnot. Like, it would be way more appreciated if his game was very simple against big teams in big games. Like, I mean, sometimes he'll score or assist a goal in a big game, and it's just like a passage of play like that, because he simplifies the game and he doesn't try something crazy or stupid. So if he composes himself in the passage of play, simplifies his game in some key moments, Bruno goes from the guy that disappears in every big game to the guy that will have his ups and downs. He will have some good games and some bad games, but you can rely on him to a more consistent basis. So his numbers would probably drastically improve, even though they are quite high, because what you see a lot with Bruno Fernandes is he'll play badly or have a mid-season, but his numbers are crazy. And it's like, do you say that he's a great player because of numbers, because of stats, or does the eye test say, well, actually, he plays poorly for 85 minutes, has a 5-minute passage of play, does well, finds the goal and assist, in just the smallest snapshot moments of the game. And for me, that's too much. With Bruno Fernandes, there's too much of that. But I mean, then again, it's like the stats. The stats. I mean, some will say, well, stats don't lie, right? Stats don't lie. Well, I mean, Bruno Fernandes is probably the case in point, the closest example that you can possibly get to saying that stats do lie, right? Is the closest case in point to that. Not to say that Bruno Fernandes is a bad player. I think he's got some serious talent to him. Van der Beek, what was that, man? If Van der Beek's trying to be some like Galactico level player right now, he's trying to flicks and tricks and all of that, and he's just played it played it off the pitch. To be fair though, I say that with some players where they're a little bit rough around the edges because they've not had, they've not got the match fitness set or they've come back from holidays. Van der Beek is playing his first minutes of a football match in quite possibly what, like 6 to 7 months, maybe 8 months, like since like November, December time. This is his first match, so I suppose it's sort of, have to postpone the judgment for Van der Beek, I'd say. Forsen. I'm hoping Forsen can have a better game. I like Roy Keane, Pearce type players, Ryan Yates, the sort of the brutalizers in midfield. They've got some quality to them, but God, they command respect. They beat the respect into you on a pitch, and it's like the authoritative figure, where it's just like it's like I'd love for us to have a Lisandro Martinez that plays a midfield role. I mean, Casemiro, you could say, kind of has that element to him. That he's, he can be quite brutal and he commands respect. And players that will put the foot in. I like with what Ten Hag tries to coach on a defensive element in his system. Like Leeds, we saw it a lot. At least we saw it a lot. Literally, players were just going into challenges and not they weren't letting players ride challenges. I mean, this game has been a little bit more of that. I miss having any firepower on the bench. For example, when Cole and York were on fire with Sheringham and Ollie ready to come on, all proven strikers. And that also reminds me is that we have not actually had striker depth since Louis van Gaal, where we had Robin van Persie, we had Falcao, we had Danny Welbeck. I think that was his last season. Or was it Hernandez? I think Chicharito. And Wayne Rooney, I think, was playing slightly deeper at that time, but he could be used as a striker. There was so many options up top. You were spoilt for choice. Our where we were lacking at the time. Jesus Christ, what was that? No, never mind. I thought he'd completely flustered his lines, but no, we've got a corner. But yeah, it's I think at that time where we had way more strikers than we had defenders at that point, so we were begging out or crying out for defenders. Our midfield was okay, but defensive depth was a little bit was waning. I like Martinez. Yeah. Just give me an entire starting 11 of Lisandro Martinez, right? The same way as Fantasy 11 kids would stick 11 Lionel Messis in the team. You have some awesome strikers than Weghorst. Mate, Weghorst, Veggie, the Dutch horse. What a legend, absolute legend. Won a trophy the man literally speed ran a trophy. And Harry Kane is still looking for, he's trying to figure out what silver is. Hasn't seen any silver in his life. Whereas Weghorst was trying to speed run trophies. But yeah, Jesus Christ, I don't know what happened to Weghorst. Because, Wolfsburg Weghorst, right, was actually pretty decent. He was mobile. He was he would just he'd snap at he'd snap at the ball. He would be quite good with his conversion rates, but once he's lost his pace, that was it. Oh, kid, put your shirt back on. Put your shirt back on, kid. This kid's got the fattest forehead ever. Looks like Megamind. You have had, yeah. Switching over to some beer now. It is time. Oof. Afternoon. Good afternoon, Mama Flossie. Big ups to you. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? How is the takeover? You need Kane. We do need Kane. I see there's a lot of people trying to make arguments, saying that Rasmus Højlund, he is the golden. He's going to be our golden boy. When we first got links to Højlund, I'd seen one or two comparisons to Haaland, like, oh, Højlund could be our Haaland. I'm like, seriously, stop smoking that pipe and go touch grass. He's not going to be our Haaland. The only similarities is that his surname begins with a H and his surname ends with the four letters Land. That is the only similarities, and they're both blonde. That's it. That is literally the only similarities with Højlund and Haaland. I mean, Jesus Christ, he's played one season at Atalanta, scored 9 goals and assisted twice in 32 league games. That's ridiculously bad for someone how he's being rated. I'm pretty sure Nketiah has actually posted better numbers, by the way. But a takeover. I mean, takeover is kind of in a position right now where apparently the Bloomberg or business reports, like the actual business outlets for news and stock market or stock exchange updates and whatnot, saying that they expect there to be a decision on the Glazer family, or the Glazer side of the takeover to be decided imminently. So soon, I reckon. They're suggesting it be soon. So when soon is, I don't know, because we've had soon being the subjective term for this takeover process since November, and obviously soon doesn't have a set time frame to it. So soon could mean tomorrow, soon could mean next week, soon could mean next year. Soon could legitimately mean anything at this point. Just woke up. So having a bit of a hibernation session. I mean, to be fair, I felt like hibernating until, to be fair, I was sleeping in about 10 o'clock. I was like, I really should get up because I'm meant to do a watch-along stream today. Lazy bugger. Yeah, Højlund is when you order Haaland on Wish. He is. It's like the what is it when you get the a kid's birthday party and you hire someone in a costume, like a superhero's costume, like a Spider-Man outfit, right? But when they turn up, like on the pictures, they look like super skin tight suit, like super cool, right? You think, oh, this is going to be super sick. The guy arrives and it's literally his head fit in this Spider-Man outfit. It's so deformed. And it's just absolutely clapped. The guy looks like he's just come out of the red light district with like it's just like he stumbled out of the red light district about 6 a.m. after he got lost in there the previous evening at about 10 p.m. My stream has crashed. What is this? No, they've clapped it. We've got to find another. I need to find a place where I can watch some of these streams without getting clapped, or somewhere where it's find a place where I can watch some games without it being sniped by authorities. The authorities will come for me. Thankfully, I ain't got a fire stick, so I ain't got nothing to worry about. But yeah, 1-0 so far. Bing Sports, yes. I'm actually wondering because I know Lee Gunner switched over to Bing Sports, and I think it was Jez who originally was watching the games on Bing Sports, and he recommended to Lee to switch over to Bing Sport. Um, I don't know if Lee's still using Bing Sport because it's one of the most recent streams, I think it was, where he was where someone asked about games or where to watch and everything, or Lee was going on about DAZN and everything. Like I think no, it wasn't a stream. It was when he was clarting Sky Sports on that video, where he was calling out the whole organisation. I was just like, yeah, shit. I mean, Sky Sports have literally lost their shine. They are the equivalent of a polished on-screen turd, and they charge you more money for less sport. It makes no sense whatsoever. And yeah, but I don't know if the zone is what everyone's go-to choice is, or whether Bing Sport's still going strong. Unless if you're currently using Bing Sports Yeti. If that be the case, then I will need to look into that. Because once we get into the season, once the season starts, I'll need to be finding a reliable source location for my games. Can't stand sky robbing bastards. Exactly. BT Sport or sorry, I got that wrong. What is it? They've renamed themselves. I can't remember, some cringe name. They've renamed themselves to some stupid name. It's like, oh, the same game under a different name. I'm like, seriously, shut up with that. Trying to pander to the masses. But yeah, BT Sports are kind of just as bad. I think Amazon Prime, they're probably like the close third, like the trifecta of robbing bastards. TNT Sports, yeah, that's the one. We are back. We have found another game on Soccer TV. I'll tell you what, though, this is much more low res. I'm going to have to try and rely on the shirt numbers. Hanson Aaron. Oh, he's losing the ball there. Ooh. Oh, well played, Johnny Evans. Time the challenge. Sky charge more for footy than sell matches to other platforms. Well, that's the thing. They're great with getting all of their advertisement out there. Like, oh, look at all the games that we can show on our channel. Come subscribe today. And it's like, but it's so annoying because it's like you advertise the same package deal every single year, but you rebrand it, you give it a new face and like some different graphics, and it's like people get baited into it anyhow. And it's like, oh, we're showing extra games. Not actually, not actually showing extra games. You're showing the same package deal, but it's just a different face. Ooh. Is that Hugo? No, that was Dan Gore. Nearly got the ball off the centre back, who was right in front of his goalkeeper. They've made their subs as well, by the way. I wonder if Flash Score's updated the team sheet so I can actually have a visual on what the teams are looking like. Let's have a ganders. Let's have a wee little look. So as far as stats go, Lyon have not had a single shot in the second half. We've had 11 with 4 attempts on target. 100 attacks with 57 of them are dangerous. And Lyon have had 35 attacks with only 8 of them being dangerous. Those two stats there are probably my most sort of go-to stats to tell me how well a team has actually been playing. on Flash Score. Like, I don't care about passes, passing accuracy, shots and whatnot. If literally, if the number of attacks is at a good substantial level, then happy days. Like, I know that we were actually playing better. So yeah. So our subs that came on at half time, we had Johnny Evans, Will Fish, Forson, Fred, Gore, Hansen Aaron, Hugo, Gerardo, Van der Beek and Williams. And Van der Beek is the goal scorer with a lovely volley. First time volley from from not a corner kick, but essentially from that area, across from Dan Gore. And Van der Beek just slapped it. Nearly went top bins. I will be buying Bing Sports for the year. It's about £75, I think. It's a really good deal for just how many games, right? It's a really good deal for just how many games that you can view, and all the leagues, all the different leagues. So if you really fancied where your teams or your leagues aren't playing any games, the fact that you can just switch over to another country's games and watch the football there, I mean, it's super cool. Super, super cool. I have a Fire Stick. Shh, shh, shh! Don't tell the coppers that. They'll come knocking. Don't tell the coppers that, they'll come knocking. Johnny Evans will score a hat trick. I'll tell you what. I wish that would that happens. I'll tell you what. Arsenal. Mark it in your calendars. Arsenal. In the US pre-season tour, Havertz gets sent off in the first 5 minutes for miscontrolling a ball so badly that he ends up Sparta kicking one of our players in the face. Johnny Evans gets a hat trick. Brandon Williams goes for a 5-round 3-minute mixed martial arts match against who would Brandon Williams have a cage fight with? I'm trying to think of who. Let's say Ben White. The pretty boy from the South Coast, the South Coast Mustafi, Benjamin Scheidt. Every game is on it, I think. Yeah, I will need to look into that. I think there was. I remember the stream when Jez and Lee Gunner went over, and it was on one of the Arsenal watch-alongs, and we all went over when they were talking about Bing Sports, and the amount of people that must have gone to Bing Sports to sign up an account. I think I signed up, but I didn't pay any subscription fee, so I had like 15 minutes of free viewing time before it expired. So we're all watching this game. I think it was against Leicester. Away when Arsenal won 3-0, was it? 3-0, 3-1? You need to see a doctor if your stick is on fire. You need to call the fire department as well. You know, your electricals, being fire hazards, you've got to check out all your sockets. Make sure you're not at the risk of starting a fire. Can't be having any of those. I think I need to look into what sort of times the preseason games in America are going to be, because if they're going to be stupid games like at stupid o'clock, then I'll probably have to give doing watch-alongs to those ones a miss, because unlike some depressed early 20s people or late teenagers who love to cock up their sleeping schedules, I, for one, actually care about my sleeping schedule. So I think I will prioritize sleeping over potentially watching my team get piped in the States. Also, by the way, has anyone seen the videos of Kai Havertz doing the MLS challenges, the MLS soccer challenges? My guy has set the record, even though it's been around for 5 years. My guy's already set the record for the cross and volleys challenge. The first player in history to not score a single goal in the MLS volley and cross and volley challenge. The first ever player to not score a single goal. My guy, literally, the ball would come to him, and this thing, it's like he had repulsor fields on his legs and knees, so it literally touch him, and this ball would just zip off into the stratosphere. It's incredible. It's all over Twitter. Literally, just type in Kai Havertz, you'll probably find the clips all trending there. But yeah, there's all sorts of rivals are laughing about the situation. I'll tell you what, it's also quite funny, the amount of people trying to defend it. I mean, even Mark Goldbridge, it's like, oh, I see people are mocking Kai Havertz, but he's not played a single competitive game. It's like, mate, he doesn't need to. I mean, the first game that he played, some people were saying he was good, and from others, I heard that he was pretty piss poor in that game, in the first 45 minutes of his first preseason game against Nuremberg. But I see people trying to back this guy, and I'm like, bro, why? And by the way, these challenges, right? You usually see players use techers and all of that, right? They're showing off their skills and tricks and all of that. The man looks like Ousmane Dembele in his Barcelona unveiling, where he couldn't do simple keep-ups. Couldn't do any keepy-ups. None whatsoever. And he was in front of the Barcelona fans, and they were just like, oh no, what have we done? What have we signed here? But Kai Havertz, man, could not even control a simple ball. I get the Havertz signing, but the price. I don't even get the Kai Havertz signing at all. I mean, the price is just completely unexplainable, right? But Kai Havertz, I mean, no one knew what he was actually supposed to be at Chelsea. I mean, the last guess that anyone could have as to what sort of player Kai Havertz was when he was playing in the Bundesliga. So he came to Chelsea and basically just decided to be the floating player that occasionally plays here. Maybe he'll play over there. Maybe he'll play back there. Like maybe he'll play on the bench or something. Like no one knew for the best part of 3 years what Kai Havertz was meant to be as a player. And he goes to Arsenal without that question being answered. So no one still knows what Kai Havertz is going to be. Like Mikel Arteta might try and simplify Havertz's game, and maybe you'll see an improvement. I don't doubt that for a second. I think you might see a Kai Havertz improvement. But as far as what this the actual game plan with him is, I don't know. I don't think really anybody else knows for certain. Havertz has bigger fish to fry. He has. He absolutely has. And he's got to fry a lot of fish before he kicks a ball in the Premier League, because if he starts doing some of that crazy stuff in the Prem, trust me, he's not getting clipped. He's not just getting clipped up, man. He's getting cancelled. He's absolutely getting cancelled. Like that first game where Havertz drops an absolute stinker, right? I cannot wait. I want to see the steam coming out of Lee Gunner's ears, right? After Kai Havertz drops the absolute worst performance possible. Rushback goalkeeper. Maybe he's the quarterback. He's the quarterback for Arsenal. The Kroenkes signed Kai Havertz to be the water boy or to be the quarterback. I'm organising a taxi from Maguire to Stamford Bridge. Anyone want to chip in? They say good defenders are hard to find. That's why he goes missing. Can't find any. Maguire will, mate. He's such a terrible defender that without playing games, the guy can disappear. Literally, the hardest person to find is like the amount of times man disappeared onto the bench and was reduced to being the cheerleader of Manchester United. Why didn't he do that? You could have shown his passion for the shirt. You could have shown pride for the badge by taking those. You know, Crystal Palace have those used to have those cheerleading girls, right, with the pom poms when they're doing their little dance before every league game or every home game. You should have done that outside the next to the Stretford end with the player tunnel there. Should have done his pom pom dance and everything. That's what he should have done. that would have been a much more significant role. Should have done it in a G string as well. Oh no, I can't. Now I've viewed that picture, I can't get that. No. forget I ever said that. Maguire in a G string. Oh no. God forbid that someone somewhere hears that and goes and actually makes an edit of that. It's like someone, the crazy woman on that plane that stormed off because she said that there's someone sat at the back of the plane that wasn't real. And she's like, you guys can sit here and die with that guy, but he is not real. Like, if anyone that's seen that, someone's already made an edit where she's not got any clothes on. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Why? Why does that exist? It makes no sense. Some people are so down bad. It's, oh no. Oh no. Let's force some. Is that a foul? No. I'm trying to eat. I'm sorry that I've spoiled your lunch or dinner. This is where you find a bit of hair in it. A bit of curly hair. You're like, oh no, where's this come from? That's a bit of extra roughage for you. Oh no. Yeah. Anyways, let's have a read through the stats thus far. I mean, we're in the last 10 minutes of regulation. Whether we're going to see any additional time is yet to be debated. So yeah, no other chances. Lyon have gained a bit of a foothold in the half. It's 7 attempts. Still none on. As long as it's mine, it's fine. I suppose so. Great for marking your territory as to what food's yours and what isn't. Just got to pluck one, right? If it's like a blueberry pie or something, or a raspberry pie, or an apple pie, just pluck one out and just place it in a very easy to notice location, and straight away everyone's just like, oh no, what is that? No one would be tempted to eat it, but it's just like, well, I've not spoilt it for me, so it's all for me. It's all for myself. I've got a nice big click description link to watch full match live HD right in front of my face. Can't see anything that's going on. Oh. I think what I'll do is if I look at the match times for the American pre-season tour games, and if the time is stupid, I won't worry about doing watch-alongs, but I'll do some of the match reactions after each game. It'll probably be like early morning videos. So I mean, that would encourage me to get my ass up earlier, which will be night and make a nice change, because usually I sleep in every time. Fart and everything is nobody still. Oh no. Just crop dust in the room, so it just keeps people out of the room. Just crop dust in all four corners, so it's just like when they go to one corner to go like steal your food, it's just like, oh god, what is that? They'll go to the other corner, like, oh no, it's still following me. You go to the other corner, oh no, and then just to finish it off, right, the final base in the final corner where they think it's safe air. No. It's like walking in a field filled with pitchforks, or the rakes. When you step on a rake and you get smacked in the face, and you go turn to a different direction, you step on another rake and whack, and you go to another rake. It's like that. You can't escape it. It follows you everywhere. Lyon with an offside. Number 36 caught out. Fart and food watch along. I mean, I'll tell you what, a fart and food watch along, if you take that to TikTok, you will get a following. You will get a following if you do that. Like, seriously, the amount of these, what is it? This stupid, these people trying to be NPCs on TikTok. And what is this about? I mean, Jesus Christ, even Lee Gunner's kind of going to start thinking, oh, Jesus Christ, what's going on with this platform, and end up leaving it because of how finished that place is going to become. I mean, what's up with that? Charming. Sorry, Mama Flossie. Have to put some discrepancy warnings or disclaimers before you click, like Twitch has the mature audiences warning. Just stick a gross warning before people click on the stream for this. Stick some disclaimers on. It'll keep us covered. Oh no, the stream's been clapped as well. Come on, why are you clapping my streams now? Why are you doing it? Yeah. Contemplating whether I do the match reaction as a video or a stream. I'll probably do it as a stream, just because it saves me from having to do the whole upload process. Motherfucker. She don't fart. Well, she doesn't fart when there are spectators. I'll tell you that much. That's just a common thing. That's a common thing with most women, that they won't exert flatulence where they've got viewers. They won't do it when there's people watching. It's like, it reminds me of the story that I read up online where some girl wouldn't exert flatulence around her boyfriend, and she'd hold it in for like hours and hours on end, but it got so bad that she had to be admitted to hospital because she wouldn't let it go. Literally, she wouldn't release it, and she literally had to go into hospital, into A&E, because she didn't let it go. It literally screwed her body up because she didn't fart. That literally it's mental. It's crazy. But there's no point in me looking for the stream anymore because the game's just finished on my live score counter. So Johnny Evans has got more clean sheet. He's returned with a clean sheet. So don't exactly sell tickets. But the game is finished. 1-0. 1-0. The second half, unfortunately, I've not been able to watch much of the second half because my streams kept crashing and I had to keep looking for everything else to try and find the games. But yet again, second half FC, we score with it was actually a sick goal from Donny van der Beek. Dan Gore with the cross, lovely weighted floating pass right into the box. Donny van der Beek on the first time volley. Like Van der Beek showed Kai Havertz how to volley a ball into the goal, right? And this guy has not kicked a ball since November, December time. Kai Havertz has been on holiday. Fuck my life. Seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if Van der Beek, if he stays, he ends up having a better season than Kai Havertz. I wouldn't. Wouldn't be surprised at all. If you hold your fart in, you turn into a human Gibbs. Or it's if you wear a suit that holds the farts in, right? So when you take off the suit, and make sure if you take off the suit, you're around as many people as possible, just so that it kills everyone. Just kills everyone around you in close proximity. Cheers for the watch along. Enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, Adam. It was good to see you. Stick around for some post-match analysis. It's not really analysis. It's literally I just give my verdict on what I've seen and leave it at that. Probably be like a 10-20 minute match verdict, and then we'll be done for the day. Well, hopefully for the day. Maybe something comes breaking that we can end up going live or doing a video for the later on in the day. So I'm going to jump off of this stream real quick, set up the match reaction, and then go live over there. So do be sure to join me over there, and we'll be seeing you all in about 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. So I'll see you in a second.